One of the goals for the upcoming year and next year would be to try to have a mural in every community in Mills County.
Hi, welcome back to Mills County Roots. I'm here today at the basement of the Hillsdale Community Church. It's a lovely little church just off of 275 on Hillsdale Road and just south of Highway 34. Just a beautiful little old-fashioned church, wooden pews. It's a great place. There's a comforting feeling in this church. I love this church. So thank you to Hillsdale for opening the church for us to be able to come in and do this interview today. But more importantly, I am here with Lu Peverill, who is I don't know the title, but she is the catalyst behind Mills County tourism right now.
Yep.
What is your title, Lu?
What is my title? Well, I currently serve on the board of the Mills County Chamber, and then Mills County Tourism functions under the Chamber.
Okay.
And so coming up on almost a year in April, I took over as chair of the Mills County Tourism Committee.
There we go. Chair of the committee. Okay. All right. Thank you for straightening me out on that. Well, there's a lot going on in Mills County, and we'll get to some of that. But first of all, I want to kind of take this opportunity to let you introduce yourself and tell about how it is that you're in Mills County and the history. And I know some of your history that it warms my heart.
Oh.
So I hope you cover some of that today too. So.
Okay. Well, let's see. So I have lived in Mills County pretty much most of my life. Besides going to college and living in Des Moines for about 10 years, I've spent most of my life living right here on this in Hillsdale, in the Hillsdale community. Mm-hmm. Hillsdale was a town at one point, turn of the century. I should say like in the 1860, 1890, there was an actual town here, so the community of Hillsdale, thus the church is here, and there was a whole town here. And my family, on my mom's side, the White family has lived in this community since about 1860.
Wow, so you go all the way back to the days of this area being initially settled.
Yeah. So when I think about it, kind of a fun way to think about it is my grandchildren are the 7th generation of this family to be in the area.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a fun fact. So joined the chamber board as I was looking to retire. I retired from public education after 26 years.
Wow, well, congratulations.
I worked in Glenwood for a few years, and then I worked at Lewis Central for the last 21 years. And then, so this is my 2nd year into retirement. So as a business owner, we own Hillsdale Lily Garden, which is just down the road from here. As a business owner, I kind of got interested in the chamber. And then as I got in the chamber, I knew I was interested in tourism because, back to my family roots, my mom, people say it's in my DNA, my mom was on one of the original Mills County tourism committees, and I don't know when, maybe the 90s, maybe the 80s, I don't know. I know she worked on tourism in Mills County, so people say it's in my DNA.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
So tourism's been fun. We're doing a lot, and we'll probably talk some more about what we're doing, but it's been fun, and I enjoy it. I tell people, as long as I'm having fun and enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Right.
Because I'm retired.
Yeah, you can now. So talk a little bit about your mom. I know a lot of people who are going to be seeing this know you and know your family history, but your mom, what a doll. What a sweet lady. Oh.
Yeah, so my mom was from Tabor. I mean, well, she grew up right on this same highway. I'm going to be like my mom. My mom always said, I've lived on this highway my whole life. And she passed away when she was 95.
Oh,
So I don't
what a
know.
beautiful long life.
I don't know if I'm going to be that person like, I lived on this highway my whole life. No, not quite. There's a few years out of there. But yeah, she grew up in this community. She went to church here. She helped build this church in the 50s after the building had burnt.
Oh.
Her and my dad and helped rebuild this church. The current structure is what they rebuilt in 1956, 57, something like that. My parents owned a business in Tabor. My dad was an auctioneer. My mom actually graduated from Tabor High School in 1942.
Wow.
Yeah. And then my brother and I both went to high school in Tabor.
Yeah.
So we're both Tabor graduates.
Yeah. The cool thing, the connection, is that building where the auction house was, I ended up buying that building in 2014, and it was closed up for many years and full of stuff because it had been an auction house, had changed hands, of course, by that time. But when we had the grand opening, your mom came.
Oh.
She came to the grand opening, and she got to see the building back in action. So that was a sweet memory, and I had met her out at the 9 Mile Corner before. She was out there for a while at the 9 Mile Corner, but. Anyway, if anybody doesn't know what the 9 Mile Corner is, it's 275 and 34. It's called the 9 Mile Corner because from Tabor to 34 is exactly 9 miles, but that's just an old landmark.
That's and only people from Tabor say that.
Okay.
Yeah, only people from Tabor say that. It's funny. Yeah, you hear people reference that, and it's like, oh, you grew up in Tabor, didn't you? Yeah.
And then you graduated with my former sister-in-law, Denise.
Yes.
From high school.
Yep, graduated in the class of 1977.
Yeah.
Then I went to college, Northern Iowa, University of Northern Iowa, Cedar Falls. That's where I tell people I got my MRS degree. That's where I met my husband.
That's great.
If you don't catch that. Besides the real degree, I got an MRS degree, too.
Got that.
And I just posted that for Valentine's Day because my youngest son said, I don't think I've seen any pictures of when you and Dad were dating.
Oh, they were great pictures, too. I saw those.
I found some.
Yeah.
I think that was about 1980. We started dating, and
what a great story.
got married in 82, and we've been together ever since. So this June will be 44 years of being married.
Yeah. A better investment than your other degree, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So we met in Northern Iowa. Todd's originally from the Waterloo area.
Okay.
And he graduated from Waterloo East, and then he was at Northern Iowa on a track and cross country full ride scholarship because he was a scholarship athlete at Northern Iowa, and that's how we met. I was helping with the men's track team, and that's how we met.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then you continued that athletics at the Glenwood School, didn't you?
Well, yeah. So Todd started coaching after we were in Des Moines and came back here. Todd started helping coach track originally, I think in about 93, I think, if I have the dates right. Started helping with track in 93 and then took over cross country in 98. And he gave up track in 2019. That was his last year. He retired from track in 2019, but has continued cross country. So all that equates to, I figured this up the other day, 34 years of coaching, total years for him.
Wow.
And 28 of those have been with the cross country program. And I'm coming up on 20 years of being his assistant.
Oh, okay.
A paid official assistant. I was unpaid, unofficial assistant for a long time before that.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you think of he's on second generation kids, including his own grandson.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then there's been some other kids who Todd coached the dads.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, what a great legacy he's building there, because when you have the trust of multiple generations, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
It's been fun, and people say, how many more years? Well, it depends on the youngest grandchild. He's going to be in 7th grade next year, and if he chooses to be in cross country, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, then I don't know. We say we're going to retire in a couple of years, and somebody's like, yeah, but what about this freshman class, and what about the 8th grade class? And it's like, oh, there's always going to be a class. You know?
There is.
There's always going to be a class. So I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll see, but yeah, I think it keeps us busy. So between our business, the garden, I mean, we're about to gear up here to start being really busy and outside all the time, March. And that takes us through August mostly, and then cross country starts August, September.
Oh, wow. You guys are busy.
That takes us to November.
Back to back.
Yeah, that takes us to November. We kind of have part of November, December, January, and February kind of off. So we've traveled a little bit this year, so that's been fun.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, I am really looking forward to revisiting you at the time that the lilies are in bloom. If you get a chance, drive south on 275 from 34 and watch you're on the
We're on the west side of the road. Yeah.
On the west side. Watch on the west side for Hillsdale Lily Farm in June, July. Oh my goodness, it's just gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to coming out there and like we were talking the other day, doing some filming at sunset when the colors are changing across the different colors of lilies and everything. It's beautiful.
Sunsets are beautiful. Yeah, July is our month. The garden's in full bloom. There's 1.25 acres of flowers, 288 varieties, I think, of different daylilies, and they'll be in full bloom in July.
And you know what the cool thing about those lilies is? I buy some every year because I am just in love with it. Named my cat Lily. Anyway, those lilies multiply.
They do.
Everything you buy multiplies.
Yep.
And my tall stargazer lilies, they're 6 foot tall.
Oh, nice.
And I get 5 or 6 new ones every year. They're I'm working on getting them all the way across the front of one of my fences, and they thrive in the hot sun. So I keep them on the west side of the house, and they are phenomenal.
Nice. Yeah.
Some of those lilies, the daylilies, are the size of a plate, and they're just gorgeous. That butter color, it just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of them I love, but I could go on.
Another day.
Another day. But let's talk about how you got into, how did you finally make the big step and step into tourism? We know it's in your DNA, and apparently the opportunity came along, and you jumped into it. And tell me what you're working on, what's changed since you started. And
so, as we kind of started saying at the beginning, it's a committee that sits under the Mills County Chamber. And the chamber is a little unique in that it's a county chamber. Most chambers, when you look around, they are town chambers, like a Glenwood or a Council Bluffs chamber, an Omaha chamber. A few years ago, I don't know exactly when, but it became the Mills County Chamber. And that's really, I call it a unique opportunity, because you really get to kind of, if you step out and get to know the people, you're working with all the people in the counties, and there are eight communities in Mills County, and we're just starting a relationship a little bit with Tabor, because Tabor sits a little bit in Mills County.
Yes, they do.
And you can go either way. You can say, well, Tabor's in Fremont County. Why is Mills County Chamber working with them? Or you can say, well, part of it sits in Mills County.
Exactly.
Why isn't the chamber working with them?
Yeah.
So we're starting the relationship with them. So if you include Tabor, Tabor becomes kind of like the 9th community that we can work with. Somebody from the chamber has been in charge of tourism. If you're on the chamber board, then somebody was in charge of the tourism. And so I'd sat on the board for about a year, and then the gal that was in charge said she needed to step away, family and job, and she's like, Lou, you ready for this? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I think so.
They had you tagged before
They
you.
did, because I had said I was interested.
Yeah.
So I started out by just really kind of digging into what the chamber had on their website and what it looked like. Started digging in to learn quite a bit about Travel Iowa and how they categorize things and the support they have, and just really started working on cleaning up the website to start with. And so I think when people go to the website, they might be really surprised to see all the things that are in Mills County.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a challenge too. It's like, what is in Mills County? It's like you only can put up what you know about.
Right.
You know, but I keep asking for people's help and support in terms of give us information, what is out there, what do we not have on the website, and it's all categorized too. If you want me to talk about the categories.
Yeah. One of the things that I can think of off the top of my head is the Freedom Rocks and the Eagles that are those are Pot County.
That's Potawatomi
The Eagles,
County.
Potawatomi County, but the Freedom Rock and the veteran memorials that are all over the county.
Yep. So we started. Oh, that's something we need to put on for Tabor. I need to remember that beautiful. Yeah,
That wall.
I just kind of started working with Tabor. So it's visitmillscounty.com, and then where to stay, where to eat, where to shop, and what to do. And so when you click on each one of those, then it takes you to a whole list of things that we have put under those categories.
Amazing.
Where I've spent the most time is what to do.
Okay.
What to do. And then that's been broken down even more. I got some more notes. That's been broken down a little bit more with Travel Iowa. They have categories in their system of what to do. Those categories become agritourism,
Yes.
art, biking and trails, brewery distilleries, family fun, history and culture, and outdoor adventures.
Wow. Mills County's rich in all of those areas.
They are. The one that we have the most on, 31 outdoor adventure locations.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's been really interesting to work with. I worked with, not GNR, but Golden Hills RC&D.
Sure.
I'm like, here's what we've got. Am I missing anything? Oh, I was missing about 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So then
These hidden gems.
all
They're
over.
just, you'll have to share all those with me so I can go around and interview those people and get this out on Mills County Roots.
Yeah.
Because even the people, they're hidden from the people in Mills County.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
we need
31 outdoor adventure locations.
Wow.
So when you click on, so you go what to do, and you click on that, and then there's all these 7 categories, and then there's a picture for each. So like agritourism, we have 3 things listed. We have Hillsdale Lily Garden, Howland Holler, which is a fresh cut flower place.
Oh, okay.
And then I think we put Bloomin' Barn on there. So let's just use the Lily Garden for example. So there's a picture. So agritourism, Lily Garden. Click on the Lily Garden, takes you to the website.
Okay.
So not just pictures. I mean, our Trevin Hetzel
Yes.
is our web designer guy, and he's been great in terms of like, I'm like, hey, I got something else to add.
Okay.
And so like you click on a picture, so it's not just a picture and you have to go find the information. It's like you click on the picture, takes you to the information. So yeah, it's been amazing. And like a lot of the outdoor adventures are like parks and ponds and sloughs and all kinds of things, but we've got either a map or something that takes you there to give you more information, like using information from conservation, just trying to get it like in one location that people can look at it. And
you really bring in your organizational skills and a lot of your skill to this project and really making it very user friendly.
Trying to, yeah. So that has been, I wouldn't say it's a challenge. I just always think about leaving something out. A really big challenge is where to stay. Okay, Mills County has a hotel. Okay, there's a lot of
They're
Airbnbs,
scattered.
and there's a lot of VRBOs. And if you've ever used either one of those sites, they're probably user friendly if you are trying to book something, but just to seek information has been difficult because they have some very strict rules about making contact with the host
Sure.
and those kinds of things. So just an example, like I gave this little synopsis at the Betterment banquet the other day, and I talked about where to stay. It was hard to know if we have the places we need to have. Lady came up to me and she's like, "Here, I have a place. I don't think you have it listed."
Yeah, how do you know?
And you don't. So I mean, nobody's been like
Yeah.
rude or disrespectful
Right.
about it.
They just don't know. So we're going to take this opportunity to tell you, if you know of a VRBO, Airbnb, contact Lu at
the Lily Garden.
at the Lily Garden, Hillsdale Lily Garden. Send her a Facebook message on their Facebook page and let her know, because clearly we're in the information gathering stages here.
Yeah.
And if you have a vested interest in one of those overnight facilities, it's to your advantage to get that out there, because whoever's looking to come to town, we want them to go to this website. They're going to go to this website. So
Yeah.
get your name in there.
Yeah. So it's been fun. Travel Iowa has been great. They're awesome. There's a lady named Stephanie Neppel who she's been here in town once in the past year. Kind of gave her a little tour of this kind of little corner of the county, and then they put out this Travel Iowa, and you can order these online. This Travel Iowa guide. Yeah, and it's divided into sections of the state. They divide the state into 5 sections, and Les Hills is in there. And she gave a few shout outs to some of our local places, El Porton and
they're great.
Best Nest. Yeah, El Porton just was named like one. I saw a post, 10 best authentic Mexican restaurants in Iowa.
Wow. They are so service oriented, and they remember you when you go in there.
They do.
I don't go in there very often, but they remember me. They know who my kids are. My kids go there more frequently than I do, but yeah, it's amazing. I had lunch there with Jitsi the other day, and it's just like, going over to a neighbor's house.
So Travel Iowa is a great place too. The website, I mean, if you don't have the catalog, you get on the website, traveliowa.com, and you can put in plan my trip. And it'll plan a trip for you. Like if you're going from one side of the state to the north side of the state, what can you see along the way?
Oh, great.
They have the software that is just so helpful to people in planning things. And the other cool thing they do that I've spent time submitting is area events. Like you can submit the Tabor's Farmer Merchants Picnic. I put that on there for them. Our Lily Garden events, anything that we have going on that I know of in Mills County. You can't do fundraisers on there, but
The fairs and fairs and festivals.
Yep, you can do fairs and festivals because they want people to know about them. So like if you're looking up Red Oak, Iowa, it might also tell you like also in the area you'll find, and then on the Travel Iowa site, and then it gives you all kinds of information like also in the area.
And links to those. Oh, that's great. That's a
so I spent time doing that, and then at the bottom of this Visit Mills County page. So we have the artwork of Emily McQueen that depicts each one of the towns, and hopefully I think we're going to get her to be able to do one for Tabor.
Good.
Tabor said they would like that.
Oh, good.
And then you click on, so it's a little round circle, says like Hastings or whatever, and you click on it, and then we have a write-up. That's one thing I've spent time on in the last year, working with the communities. A write-up, it's like, what do you want people to know about Hastings, Iowa, or Henderson or Emerson or whatever, and then there's a whole write-up about the community, plus then you get to see the entire piece of artwork that Emily did. It's the whole rectangle of her work and not just the little circle.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Those posters that she's made are painted. They're pretty phenomenal.
Oh yeah, they capture so much. So some of the other I have a few other highlights of what we've done for the year that I wanted to kind of cover. One of them was painting the mural in Silver City. That happened in the last year.
And that was a community project, a community of artists project, or was it students?
Everybody.
Everybody. Okay.
It was paint by. Well, the joke kind of is it was paint by number.
Okay.
Because we applied for a grant through tourism.
Okay.
Applied for a grant money. Silver City wanted that. Silver City's got a betterment community or a betterment club now.
Okay.
And they're called SCUBA, Silver City United Betterment Association, SCUBA.
That's a great acronym.
Fun. It's fun. Lindsay Shoemaker up there is
We're holding our breath.
Yeah, Lindsay is doing the work up there. So wanted a mural. Somebody said we could have that big wall. You come into town. It's right past the historical museums they have there. And got the money through a grant that we applied for. Emily went up with another artist, sketched it out.
Yeah.
Literally paint by number because she would put numbers
for
on
color.
It. Yeah. And
wow.
then they had 2 Saturdays, I think, in September, September probably, that people went up and find a paintbrush.
Wow.
Find your paint.
Yeah, that's great.
And it was just, I think they said they had 50 volunteers.
I love that.
That went up and did that. So that was fun. And one of the goals for the upcoming year and next year would be to try to have a mural in every community in Mills County.
Oh.
And then we could have a mural trail.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
that would be fun.
All of the community can come and paint.
Yep. So other things that we, so we got a Facebook page. It's called Visit Mills County. And in the fall, I started Where Am I? And I would go out with my husband mostly and take pictures of not where you were, obviously, but kind of like a little hint. And I'd post it like on a Sunday, like, where am I? And most people had a lot of fun with it. One person said, I don't care where you are.
There's always
one. There's always that one.
There's always one.
Somebody else said I was fake.
But
I would post on Sunday and I'd reveal on Saturday. And I tried to make it like something that would be interesting that you could go and visit. You know? Some place that you could pick up and take yourself, your kids, your family, your spouse, whatever, and go visit that little interesting location that I was just at.
Right.
So I think I got about 15 of them posted before winter kind of came around. And
are you going to pick that back up?
I think I will.
Yeah. That's fun.
It was fun. I just got to find some more places around the county to go, but it was fun. So that was we did that. We did the Tenderloin Trail this year.
Oh.
We started in October. National Pork Month is October.
Okay.
We had 13 different establishments that participated. When I say establishments, because I don't want to say just restaurants, like Peverell and Glenwood is not really a restaurant.
Right.
But they decided to join the Tenderloin Trail.
Okay.
So on Sundays, they would put together this tenderloin that you could get there.
They do have like a little pop-up thing.
Yeah, they do. They do.
For food sometimes.
We had 2 places in Tabor. That's kind of what got us thinking, we would enjoy being partnered with Tabor.
Yeah.
So you got this little half-sheet passport thing, and then you're supposed to go to it, and then and then at the end we had people vote for what they thought their favorite tenderloin was in Mills County. So that was kind of fun. We had a few prizes to hand out.
Yeah, how fun.
That was fun. And then we applied in September and was notified in December. We applied for a $10,000 Travel Iowa grant, and we got that.
Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful.
So that was written specifically to be able to do new video production of what does the county look like with a professional video guy with professional studio. And so now I'm kind of gathering from each town, each community. I'm trying to get to every city council meeting, February, March. Like, what's your input? What would you like?
What would you like?
What would you like people to know about this part of Mills County?
Lou, this is a full-time job.
Oh,
this is a full-time job that you've retired yourself into. You're going to all these city council meetings. You're going around the county, popping up in different places. You're working on the website. My goodness.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what people think retirement is, but I'm like, I can't just do nothing when I'm used to working.
Right.
I mean, I've worked since I was like, what, 14, 15? You don't just, I don't think you should. Then there's evidence say that you shouldn't.
No, you can't just stop. Your pace is your pace, and
you can't stop. So
and the amazing thing is that now that you've come to a time in your life when you have time to contribute to the community, that's what you've chosen to do. And this has been going on in your family since the 1800s, right? So no, it would haunt you and make you miserable if you didn't continue to do this.
Well,
and you're also setting an example for your grandchildren.
Well, thank you. Yeah. When I looked back at some family history in the last year or two, having some extra time to be able to look back at some things, both my grandfathers, my dad's dad and my mom's dad, when their obituaries were written, they were both talked about as being outstanding community leaders.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So more DNA.
Yeah, it's in the DNA.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I've said now in 2 interviews that I've talked to a lot of people who have been transplanted here.
Oh, yeah.
And who've jumped in and take ownership and get involved and really contribute. But we're all in agreement that these families that are generationally here are the cornerstone of what Mills County is, and that bedrock foundation of what Mills County is becoming. So, and you are proof of that.
Oh.
You are proof of that. And I had an interview with Jan Zanders, whose family, her husband's family and her family both had settled over around the Malvern area, and their families had donated large amounts of land to build that Malvern community in. And so without those families, the bedrock of this whole county. And it's just great. It's great to mine out these stories and make them real, because history can look the way history looks in a book, or people tell us history, verbal history, but to talk to someone who is living the legacy and building the legacy and taking it forward, it is just phenomenal. And I just feel so blessed to be able to tell the stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun, and I'm amazed at what I'm learning.
Oh, yeah. So, one of the other things I wanted to highlight is that so one of the first things we did, I mean, you have to, yes, it kind of is almost a full-time job, and I'm learning. I mean, I knew this because my initial degree is in recreation, so tourism and recreation are not very far separated in terms of educational background. But I mean, there's people who work full-time, and tourism is big bucks. I mean, it's a lot. So a lot of it is marketing, and I don't have a business degree or a marketing degree, but I understand marketing. And there was this old brochure. I'll kind of hold it up so people can see it. That was at the museum, and I found it, and they have like 5,000 of them. But it's a very cool brochure. It folds out, and it has a map of the whole.
Oh, that's great.
Of the whole county. Now, it's dated a little bit because it needs to be redone, and I don't know when it was initially done. So hold that thought for a minute, because I like I'm learning about feels of paper and quality of paper, but I knew that we needed to figure out how to market a little bit more. And so what we started with the help of some other people on the committee, is to make just this little single 1/3 sheet brochure and try to list things that aren't going to change. I mean, you get into putting restaurants and events, things change.
Right.
So we just did this with our little Visit Mills County and the 8 communities, and tried to
these are kind of the solid things that aren't going to change.
These are things that aren't going to change. With a little QR code.
Okay.
QR codes have become amazing, because you can change the website quickly, but then you don't have to worry about changing this. So then these are annual events. So we started with kind of marketing and what can we do, where can we get these out? So we just keep printing them and trying to put them out where different places where we think we can.
Right.
And just last.
You know, for tourism, the marketing reach needs to be outside of the community as well.
Yes.
So how are you reaching outside the community? How's that working?
We haven't probably really got there yet.
Okay.
Um,
Building the infrastructure still.
well, yeah, because I guess I don't really know how you do that. I mean, it takes marketing, it takes dollars.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. It does take money.
It takes money to market. I mean, these are pretty minimal, and shout out to the Limited School District who helps us print these for a pretty
Wow,
minimal cost.
that's great. It's
And,
resourceful.
yeah, and just recently I sent these to, there are, I think, 16 welcome centers across the state of Iowa, and you have to write to each one and ask if they'll accept your brochures. And so I have sent out, I think I got into 13 of them this year. So along with this and the Lily Garden and Best Nest and Howland Holler, we were able to send out some Mills County information. But the grant we got for the video marketing, we wrote into that, and that will be a big part of our focus because that's how Iowa wants to spend their marketing dollars, pulling people in from other states.
Sure.
And we know that we live next to 1 million people, and we know that these outdoor adventures, I've talked with a couple of young adults, 30-ish, they love Mills County for those outdoor adventures.
Sure.
So just trying to figure out how to market that. It does take dollars, but it also takes just being able to figure out how to access the right people and the right social media pages and
Exactly.
what's out there. So that's just kind of a work in progress. But so we got those. But then I think we're going to be able to get some funding. Some people on the committee have talked with the Board of Supervisors, and I think they're going to fund another printing of this.
Oh, good.
And again, this goes back to our VRBO discussion. You know, you want one of these. You want every visitor in an Airbnb and a VRBO to look at a map, you know, and kind of go, wow, that's cool.
And there's sponsorship opportunities here.
Yep,
So
there are. We're
get your business on here.
Yep, we're going to be working on that and trying to update this. Joe Edwards from Joe Designer was the original creator of this, so he's back on board to help us think about how to recreate this. A lot of the pictures I don't want to change. I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, sadly, that has to change because of Malvern, but that burned down. But so I think we're going to be working on getting some funding for this and getting this reprinted. So those are things we're working on, and just kind of
what Lou was mentioning on the front that has to change is a picture of Mulholland Grocery, the end of the building, and Zach Jones had done this beautiful mural of the Wabash Trace and a bicycler riding down the Wabash Trace, and unfortunately we lost that amazing mural in the fire. And we're happy that the grocery store
came back,
rebuilt, and kudos to Tom Mulholland for literally walking through the fire and coming up. I think they call it the Phoenix because he just rose out of the fire and rebuilt with lots of hurdles to get over to do that.
So that's kind of highlights, I think.
Well, you have a lot going on. Other than people telling you what they have, what they would like to have known about tourism and what would draw people to Mills County, what other help do you need from the general public of these communities to help with this tourism?
Well, I think a big part of it is relationships, and working to build those by going to city council meetings. There's Emerson has a betterment club, like Silver City has one, Tabor has one. Just trying to have these groups and organizations kind of come together and know that they're not all necessarily in competition with each other, that they can learn from each other. They're going to all have their own little events.
Yes, and it's collaboration and really working together. A lot of these events happen on the same days in the same communities, and if everyone comes together and works on it, then there can be some cooperation, and there's enough people in the county to go to everything at different times if we could coordinate the dates to where everything's not happening on the same day.
On the same day. Well, and shout out to Jitsi in terms of the chamber. She has a calendar of events, and anybody who's listening and making an event, you can submit your event to her calendar of events, and it goes onto this chamber, onto the chamber page under calendar of events, not Visit Mills County per se, but the chamber calendar of events page. And you can click on, I mean, there's days when there's like 8 things on one
Isn't that
day.
something? Yeah.
But you can click on there and you can see, because how many times hear people say there's nothing to do here, there's nothing, no, you got to look out and find it. I mean, you can't just like go to the trampoline park. I mean, I don't know if that's what people want, but you click on, there's a lot of small town fun activities, events that are happening.
Right.
And so people submit their events to, not necessarily Jitsi, you just go on the chamber website and submit an event. And so, and I think people continue to learn from each other. I am so impressed with Tabor and how they raise the money for their splash pad.
Yeah.
They've done that. I don't want to say exactly because I don't want to be wrong, but I think in a year and a half to 2 years, they've put the money together.
There was a lot of pre-planning to get that done. There were years of pre-planning and blueprints, and I remember those posters setting up in the bank and those different plans. And the plans changed over time, and there's a lot that goes into that too.
Yeah.
But when it's time for the rubber to meet the road, yeah, it's phenomenal.
They have done
how
it.
and kudos to Susan Shepherd.
Oh yeah.
She's written grants, and she's another one that's just deeply steeped generationally in these Southwest Iowa communities. And yeah, she has been a rock star for many years with the progression of Tabor, Iowa.
So just watching, groups work together, and I would like to. I haven't been able to get groups together yet because I just think they could learn so much from each other. Like, oh, well, how did you do that? Well, we did it like this. And so learning that. And I think just continuing to feed any information into, like, what do you have going on in your community that, there may be some little something for somebody to go visit that none of us know about.
Right.
So there's all kinds of those little
And it doesn't matter how little it is, There's so much history that's preserved in this area, and there's so many, even the buildings that are still standing in these little towns, just the history of those buildings is so interesting. And it's good for the kids who live here to know that, to start building pride in that. So, and I love what the Chamber's doing and what these betterment organizations are doing, because what they're doing is creating community and a place for the young people to come back and raise families in these amazing communities.
Yeah. And that's part of Travel Iowa's, when they look at, like the grant money they handed out, they have all kinds of data that they have and they can share, and economic development, because tourism is part of economic development, it's part of growth of community, part of people moving into your community. I mean, it all becomes part of a big circle of things. And, they have all kinds of data, and they want people to, number one, not leave the state.
Right.
And or if they leave, they want them to come back, and they want to attract people into their state to live, and tourism and activities can be a part of that. So it's all interesting, and
sure, it's all about the quality of life.
Yes, quality of life. So yeah, and so Mills County has a lot.
Yes.
A lot of adventures, lots of things to see and visit. And so, I mean, the original question was, what do I need from people? Information, feedback.
Okay.
I think, and just continuing to want to work together. But I think a lot of that comes from building relationships, and that comes from going to betterment meetings, going to city council meetings, and just, I think people get really, not caught up, but they get busy doing their own thing in their own community.
Right.
And it's hard for them to know or see or hear or understand.
Or have time for the big picture.
To see what goes on big picture. So I think as I have traveled a little bit through the county with Jitsi and through some of the city council meetings, it's just like they just appreciate your presence. It's like, oh, thank you for coming
Right.
to our community coffee in
Thanks
Emerson.
for telling us we matter.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Right.
Did you know there was an American Legion in Emerson? I didn't. You know, I've lived here most of my life, but I don't
Right.
know a lot about Emerson.
Yeah.
They have a Legion. And, well, that's kind of, okay, that's a fun story. So, Jitsi and I went last fall sometime. No, it's probably winter. It's probably about a year ago.
Okay.
To Emerson. And they're like, what can we do? We don't have things here. What can we do? And Jitsi and I have done that to several, we've done several little meetings like that. And it's just brainstorming. I mean, we're not the know-all, be-all, end-all, but it's, so with the Freedom Rock, I said, you have a Freedom Rock.
Yeah.
Why do you not have like a veteran celebration of some sort?
Right.
And people get a little hung up on, well, who would come? It costs money. And I just challenge people to think about, do it without it costing money.
Right.
You can have an event and serve coffee and donuts.
Right.
And have an event and encourage veterans to come. Well, so that was a brainstorming session, and it turned into they did have an event. I didn't get to.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I think I was out of town or something. I didn't get to it, but they had, I think, like 50 people.
That's great.
At their event.
Right.
You know, and people went to Emerson and the Freedom. I think it was the weather was nasty, so it was. I think all ended up being inside. That's fine, but we brainstormed and we're like, what can you do? How can you bring events and activities, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to do that.
It doesn't have to cost any money. It's the heart of the community coming together, the people coming together, and if they're having a veterans event to honor veterans and show that they're honoring veterans with that Freedom Rock. Maybe Mr. Sorensen would even show up and meet people and shake hands. The man who painted those Freedom Rocks and placed them in those communities. And I'm noticing that more and more of the communities are having memorials to veterans and monuments. And man, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. And we are red, white, and blue around here, you know?
Yeah.
We are, and the veterans mean a lot. And Mills County is the #1 county in the state of Iowa for service to veterans. So we can be very proud of that.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes, and that's some recent numbers that have come out. Of course, that switches and changes a lot, but for the time being, Mills County is #1, and
nice.
And yes, we're excited. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a big deal, and I know people will come from other counties and other communities to support their brothers and sisters in arms in those. There's a annual run over in Essex. And I used to go over there and sing the national anthem, and they'd have a run, and then they'd just have coffee and maybe pancakes. But they would honor the veterans, and they would honor the fallen. The young soldier Maher, from over there, who was killed in action. They honor him, and they do fundraisers, and so and every community has them. They have those veterans who have sacrificed and served, and those families. So that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
And look, it came together for no money, right?
It really did.
50 people in the first one in bad weather.
Yeah.
Look where that can go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's fun. I've been to Henderson, met some Henderson people.
Have you heard about Henderson Sweets? They took the Methodist Church. Audie Rainey, who owns Ruby Realty, they bought the church, the Methodist Church, and turned it into 3 apartments. If you look back, scroll back on the shows here on Mills County Roots, you can see a tour of those apartments and an interview with Ruby Realty, who is one of our sponsors. So I really want to shout out to Audie and Kinsey, who I interviewed that day, and they became a sponsor of Mills County Roots. So this is a time for me to plug Mills County Roots and say it is very affordable to sponsor this and get your name out there. And in 5 weeks, we've amassed about 70,000 views already.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That's awesome.
So, I'm excited. But, Mills County Roots is a media opportunity that really wasn't in Mills County.
Right.
You know, we're kind of like Todd Studer, whose brain concept this is to do hyper-local media, realized that Mills County was kind of a media desert. So, yeah.
It is.
So it's a great opportunity, and it's a great advertising opportunity that hasn't been here before.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so I think interesting, Emerson and Henderson both have, I've learned this last year, they have time capsules to be opened from 50 years ago.
wow.
In 1976.
Okay.
So 50 years ago, Communities Buried time capsule, both of those little communities.
Uh-huh.
And so I think they're both planning events
Oh,
around opening
fun.
the time capsule. So when I was in Henderson, they were brainstorming ideas. Again, how do you do things without costing a lot of money? Here's one of the funnest ideas I've heard in a long time. Let's have a 1976 fashion show.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
How fun is that? It
How
doesn't cost
fun.
any money.
No.
Go research it. You know,
Right.
if 15 people show up,
Right.
fine. If not, it didn't cost you anything to put it together.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And you could sew together old curtains and tie a bandana around your head. You know, you can even make your costume cheap.
I just thought that was
Put one of those triangular inserts in your jeans, turn them into big old bell bottoms.
Yeah, yeah. Or the velvet crushed.
Oh yeah.
Todd still has one hanging in his closet, I will say. Yes, baby blue. I'd loan it to,
The leisure suit with the
I'd loan it to somebody in
Or is that
Henderson
a
Island if they
tux?
want to wear it.
oh, fun. You should put him in it and take him over there.
The jacket might fit. I don't think the pants would.
Poor Todd, you just outed him real bad today.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh my goodness, how fun.
So that's kind of
Yeah,
tourism in Mills County.
right. Thank you, Lou. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with
Yeah.
me, and we'll do this again.
Okay.
We'll do this again. We'll get together in July, June or July, and we'll talk about that lily garden and get some really beautiful video on that. And
You will.
And then you have an event every year there, the Lily Fest.
Oh, yeah. So we have 2 late evening events where we stay open till 9. I don't have the dates off the top of my head. I cannot get them in my head. End of June, end of July, 2 Friday nights that we stay open till 9 with a food truck and entertainment.
Oh, fun.
And then we have done, this is our 6th one, Lily Fest. That is, I do have the date in my head for that one, July 18th, all day Saturday event. We start at 9 o'clock. We charge $5 for parking. We started that last year because we've donated that money back to the Tanner Foss Project.
Oh, great.
Yeah, which is a opportunity for kids to be involved in the arts at no expense to some camps and opportunities.
Yes, love it.
Yeah, so we started charging parking last year, $5, pretty minimal. But 9 o'clock, we have a few craft vendors, not big. I keep it to like 8 or 9, plus somebody sells sweet corn. And the Hillsdale Church ladies come with their baked goods. You can buy baked goods. We have petting zoo, put in place by my granddaughter who loves the chickens and the geese and the ducks. And last year we had baby Highland cattle.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, I mean, we're open all day, 9 to 6 to sell plants. You can buy all the plants you want.
How fun.
We have Fremont County cattlemen bring their food truck, and they cook up burgers and steak burgers and helps them sponsor activities for their group and organization. And then we have entertainment in the back. We have a little stage and we built a few years ago, and Kevin Whitehill, longtime friend, lines up all the local entertainment from 11 to 4 or 5, I think. And
very
the Whitehills
nice.
have turned it into a family reunion every
Oh
year.
yeah, oh that's awesome.
They have.
That's awesome.
So that's Lily Fest. So it is a busy day,
fun.
hot in July always, but that's when the lilies are in bloom. So.
This might be the year for your flower child Lily Farm Festival.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe. So yeah, so it's a fun event, and hopefully people can pay attention to social media and come out and.
And it ties right into Mills County tourism.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
agritourism in Iowa. I mean, I've learned so much about tourism in Iowa, because you've got the lakes and all that, but agritourism is big. A lot of like farm to table kinds of things are big.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about in your website categories. Are you putting the farmers markets that are all over Mills County in there?
So the only thing I didn't say about our website, at the bottom of that website, like on our little brochure, is annual events, we call it, and I think we just have farmers markets in there, and then because I think Emerson said they were going to start one this year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so annual events. So we Easter egg hunts and Cultivate Community is in Glenwood, and different kinds of annual Mills County Fair things that don't change. I mean, the dates may change, but the event does not change. So that's at the bottom of that. Visit millscounty.com too. So.
Love it. One of the beautiful things about Mills County is the rich, beautiful soil.
Oh yeah.
And so that, as you know, because you farm some of it with your lilies,
Yep.
but how could we not capitalize on agritourism here? Because it's just the ground is just perfect for.
Yeah, and another interesting program in Iowa that people might be interested in, and you can go check out more of it, it's called Choose Iowa, and we belong to that, and it's like $100 a year, but like we ship all over the country for the Lily Garden, and they will, Choose Iowa will provide you with like postcards and stickers and things that says thank you for choosing Iowa, Iowa grown products, and so that's kind of an avenue if people are interested in like, well, what exactly is in Iowa? You know, Choose Iowa is a great site, and they're great people to work with, and
that's great.
Yeah, they do some trails, like some agritourism kind of trails. You can check that out. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. It has been a pleasure. You're just kind of a natural at this interview and talking in front of people kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Appreciate that.
Looking forward to the next time.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on Mills County Roots. I'm here at Hillsdale Community Church with Lu Peverill, who is the chair of the Tourism Committee on the Mills County Chamber of Commerce, and she is also the proprietor of Hillsdale Lily Garden. Go to their Facebook page, Hillsdale Lily Garden, and go to their website. You won't be disappointed. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.